Arsenal. What do we think of Arsenal?
Disappointing.
Yeah, very disappointing.
Underachieved. I thought
Terrible.
top 4 was a given this year.
100%.
Should have been a given.
Terrible.
It's been a
season.
good ending, but
It has.
been pretty happy the last week.
Don't forget,
It's probably been the best week of the whole
Oh,
season.
100%.
last season we bottled the top 4 in the last 3 games of the season, right? So coming to this season, it was like, all right, well, we were close, but I'm sure we got Europa League, and Emery's meant to be the Europa League guy, and this and that. Oh man, when I think back to this whole season, it's been a chat season. Chat, absolutely chat.
Oh man,
I'm not going to say I agree.
there's nothing
All right,
else
guys,
to say.
see you later.
Gun.
No, but like we're talking about how United stuffed up with the managers they've been hiring.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arsenal were lucky that 2 years on from Arsenal, or 3 years on from
They made
Arsenal,
the right decision.
finally they fell into the right guy. I think he can be there for the next 10 years.
Yeah. See, this is what I went. Let's go back 4 or 5 months ago when I had this debate with you guys. And some of you guys were saying Ancelotti. Ancelotti wouldn't have been the right guy because he's the type of manager to stick around for 2-3 years and see you later. You know, I've got my pay, got you guys to the top 4. One is an FA Cup. You know, it's time for me to go on to a new challenge. Ancelotti is the type of guy you bring in when your team is set, ready to go. Look what he's doing at Everton. Nothing right now. Been average, right? They've made some signings. They've spent some money.
It was just the experience for me, you know.
Yeah.
First time going around a big club.
Yeah.
You don't know how they're gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
So when Ancelotti was thrown in, I was just like, nah, we need someone that's going to be there. You know what? Regardless if he doesn't have the experience, just give him a shot. It could pan out, right? If it doesn't pan out, we can go.
But again, it
direction.
comes back to the board. If they do not back him,
Yeah, right now the
He's
board
gonna
has
fail.
to back him in the window. If they don't, it's not going to.
if they don't say that he can coach by now, I don't know what he's got to do.
My opinion of you knew my opinion of Emery. It was absolutely.
Let's not talk about him.
He's a clown.
We talked about it. He's a clown.
He's a clown.
He's gone.
With Arteta, look, this is my thoughts. I don't know, right? I don't know why, because sometimes his team selections put me off a bit. Sometimes I feel like he tries to overcoach it.
Look, can I say something on that
Tell me.
with your team selection just before you go on? With his team selections, I think he's creating a culture, right, where you train the hardest, you're going to find your way in the starting lineup. But I think that's why we see a lot of Joe Willock. I think that's why you don't see Ozil, you don't see Guendouzi right now.
There's a purpose.
Guendouzi, we were talking about him earlier in the season. Oh, this guy's one for the future. Now it's like,
But his attitude
let's
See you
sucks.
later.
now he's like, you might end up at Aston Villa next
Yeah.
week. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I think Arteta, I can see what you mean with the lineup. Sometimes the lineups are a bit, they're like,
But
why is
you know-
Pepe on the bench? Why is this? And then, but I think it's the culture he's trying to like instill in these players where like you perform midweek training, you're going to find your way in the starting lineup. That's how I see
But
it.
he always has an explanation for it. He always has a purpose of what he's doing. You saw he brought out the big 3 against Man City.
Yeah.
We won. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't.
He's got a tactic for everything.
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Like,
Like
Even
he saved him
Liverpool's-
for a big game, and he's gonna do the same thing. I
Just
think for the final.
sometimes I just don't agree with. There are some selections where I've been like, well, why is Kolasinac playing centre back? Like, you know what I
But
mean?
do we have much options as well?
Right now, again, he can only work with what he's got right now. So
And he's done great,
My
man.
main problem is the Pepe thing. Is Nketiah playing too much, Pepe not getting a run, Reece Nelson having more time on the ball and stuff. That's what sort of annoys me. Where, like you say, the big 3, right? If he knows that's the big 3, that's all I'm happy with. If he knows that, yeah, Pepe's my big 3 with Lacazette and Aubameyang, sweet. But don't try to convince me that Nelson's a better fit than Pepe.
No,
You
but
know what I
don't you think he needs to see those
He
guys
needs to see
whether he's gonna keep them or not?
See, for me, Reece Nelson should be going out alone. I think maybe someone Arteta's seen that in there by now. Joe Willock, I think we can all agree, needs to go out on loan.
Yeah, he does.
He's
Yeah.
not. He
But
kind of runs around. You see him run around a lot.
but-
It just does nothing.
He's a good kid.
He's a good
He
kid.
just needs a bit of discipline. That's all it is.
He needs a bit of discipline and he needs more run of games. So I think
He
a
does.
good loan spell
He
and
does.
maybe get him into one of those teams coming up.
He's got a
Yeah.
great build, bro. He's a tall guy. He
He's
runs
tall.
around. He's
I think
quick.
he could be like a really good box-to-box player,
Yeah.
right, for us in the future. But again, I don't think right now he's the player we need. I think
No.
maybe the next 2-3 years, get him out on loan, build him up a bit, then get him.
And I think he sees that. But what I'm saying is, I think Arteta came in knowing this season was a write-off.
Mhm.
He wants to see everyone play. He wants to see everyone how they
He
train.
needs to know who's going to keep. and who's
Exactly.
not gonna keep.
And like
So-
you said, he's creating a really good culture there. Everyone works hard. And when the big games, when it matters, he'll pick the big
Hey,
players.
credit
He's
to him,
proven it.
man. Xhaka was about to like leave, right? Xhaka, we were saying maybe 3-4 months ago, this guy is terrible.
It was.
The guy has completely changed his game, man. And I think
That's
that's
Arteta's
a credit
influence,
to him,
right?
man.
True,
Even
that's
under
true.
Wenger, Xhaka wasn't great. Then under
Yeah.
Emery, I thought he was even worse. And now I'm like, this guy's one of our
No,
most
no.
important players.
Under Wenger was alright, Shaka. If you think back, well, Wenger hadn't played like Arteta.
I just thought Xhaka, he was very reckless.
Under
back then.
Emery is when he was reckless, 100%.
He was
Under
reckless.
Emery is when he became this weird, like I don't know, Seedorf type player, bro, doing the weirdest stuff and running to the box. And
Now it's like Xhaka lost his captaincy, and like I'm like, give it back to him, man. Like, honestly,
No,
I'm
don't.
thinking
He'll go
like-
off the rails again, bro. No,
don't give
don't.
it back.
I'm thinking like,
But
Don't
hey,
give it
the
back.
board's got to back him in the summer.
That's what I was gonna say.
They gotta back him.
I love the fact that he comes. He said it himself. He goes, "Look, I'm seeing what players I'm gonna keep, what players, whatever, and I need backing now. If I don't have that, you guys. One thing he said about the Liverpool game, even the Man City game, he goes, one thing that I loved was there's a gap between the level of quality between our players, but not anymore a gap between our heart and effort, because we're giving the
100%.
same heart and effort as the other team. Just the quality is not there. If I can get backing, I can bring in the quality, and I love that. It's beautiful.
because right now you look at the team, right? If you don't perform, you're not starting for Arsenal right now. Like if you don't go out there and give 100%, you're not going to find yourself in the team.
Yeah.
Mesut Ozil, again, Guendouzi.
Well, it's Guendouzi's attitude
Yeah.
that stuffed him,
Look,
because saying that
sometimes
he's earning
even-
a certain amount of money, he thinks
Yeah.
he's entitled.
Yeah,
That's right.
even when you watch
Get out.
Pepe, sometimes he's a bit doesn't track back. Kind of thinks, I'm worth this
He's
price.
changed, bro.
He's changed,
He's
right?
changed.
Now if you don't fight for your spot, you're not
Yeah.
going to be in the team, and I love that. Like that's
Yeah.
something we've under Wenger, it never happened, right? Under
Mm.
Wenger, it was always like, yeah, Aubameyang, you're going to be starting, regardless of how bad you are. Ozil was week in, week out. Remember there was a lot of spells where Ozil was just very
For Arsenal, for Wenger,
yeah. There
yeah,
was
Wenger had his favourites, but
he's always had his favorites, right? He always had the guy
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
he played no matter what.
Please, no, man.
There was a period of time Ramsey thought he was Ronaldinho. I'm like, what are you doing? He's just doing these all these tricks. I'm
Ramsey
like,
used to play. There was a player, Wushi used to play no matter what.
he always had his guys, right? This
Yeah.
guy's always playing. You're like, whatever. Like I like that he puts his trust Wenger, but he never really held these players accountable. With Arteta,
It's a
you
clean
can see
slate.
he's holding players accountable. Doesn't care who you are. Like if you don't give me 100%, you're not gonna be playing. And it's gonna change the culture.
Right.
He's made the badge mean something again. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's a big club. You're not playing for the heck of it. You know what I mean? It means something to play for this club.
Definitely.
So earn it.
I mean, the turnaround with Sabelos. What a turnaround that has been, bro. The
I
guy,
was saying again, maybe a month ago, Ceballos should
He
be
was-
coming back. We don't want him back. I don't
That's
want
right.
him. No point.
Now
He didn't
it's
want to
like-
be there.
exactly.
like-
He didn't want to be there. Now it's like, bro, maybe we should keep this guy. He's
Now I'm
not-
like,
he's playing
Fabregas, is that you?
One more last one quickly, just because we have a mate that's an Everton supporter. I might get upset. Everton, what's your thoughts on them? Underachieved?
Underachieved.
What do you mean? They're on point. They're on point, man.
On point?
On
What
point.
we
What-
expected?
No, always, would you
I
expect
mean,
them to
look,
challenge?
Honestly, when they signed Iwobi for 45 years old, did you really expect anything?
Stop the tape. Stop the tape. Stop the tape. It's over.
I thought it was a joke.
45 million?
Far out, man.
We wanted him gone?
I was like, Iwobi will go for like 15, 20, 45 minutes.
45.
No.
I mean,
Wait, how much? How
Back in
much?
back, he's going home, bro.
Wait, how much? How much did we get Sanchez for? 30 something?
30 mil.
Oh
man.
my god,
Bro,
bro.
paid 50 for Aubameyang.
But Ozil was 40 million for us.
Oh, man. Now, let's be
Oh,
honest. Did
no,
you
but
think
it-
Everton was going to be better than they are?
I thought so. I thought with Ancelotti they would.
Hey, I
be.
thought they would be
Yeah.
too.
With Ancelotti.
Like, I thought they had some good players, Richarlison. They had some nice players,
Yeah.
It's typical Everton, but, you
It
know.
is typical Everton. Same as Tottenham. It's just the same thing over and over again for these teams.
Yeah. Just quickly before we wrap it up, you want to talk about the FA Cup?
I mean, in the final,
Man,
if there's
mate,
one team that's going to win the FA
the biggest
final,
cup competition in
Uh,
1970. Come on, bro.
Bro, I don't know what it is, but we're on form, bro. And I can't wait for Chelsea. Bring
Oh,
it.
look, man. I hope we win, honestly.
honestly,
so.
like, this would be like a glimmer of...
Who needs them more?
It'll be a bright spot for us.
Who needs them more? Frank Lampard in his season,
No.
or do you think Arteta?
Nah, he's in a good spot.
Arsenal
for,
needs to build confidence for the future. I think Chelsea are in a very good spot. They're looking at Champions League football right now. They've
They don't
made
need
some-
this.
Made some big signings. They've attracted the players they want. Right now, if we can win the FA Cup, we need to attract signings. We need to do something, and this would be like a good start for us, I think.
Yeah. Playing for something, you know what I mean? That's the best thing about it. Still, we're playing for something,
Mm.
and we're in those important matches again.
Mhm.
You know, this is, like I said, the season was a write-off. Arteta took a chance, and look where we are now.
Look, I think it's going to be a difficult game, but
Mm.
Arsenal have this knack of coming through in the
We're
FA
pretty
Cup.
good in the FA Cup. We're pretty good.
finals, we're pretty good.
FA Cup pretty good.
However, the last time we played Chelsea in a final, it didn't end too well. So
No,
there's
no.
that.
Chelsea's gonna show up. Yeah,
I think
100%.
Chelsea
I think
Giroud's
Giroud's going to do a favour for us.
You
I don't
reckon?
think so.
I think the opposite.
I think it's the
bro.
opposite. I think
I
he's
think
going
it's
to
the
score.
opposite. He's gonna be pumped, bro.
He's going to box a good kick and own goal.
Yeah, probably. That's it. Stoppage time. Done.
Thanks,
Dusted.
guys.
Thanks, boys. See you next week.
Take care.